Okay, so we're all about furniture today, a deep dive into the heart of it all. Salone del Mobile in Milan, 63rd edition, no less. April 8th through the 13th, 2025. Big stuff. But, we're not here just to drool over the new couches and lamps, are we?
Not exactly. We've got, well, you could say, a secret weapon, our guide to what's really going
No.
on.
Sun Bin Shi, CEO of ASKT Furniture, they've been supplying European markets forever, so he's got this, insider view.
Yeah, more than 2 decades, actually. And he's not just talking trends, what color's hot this year. Sunbin's looking at the bigger picture. Culture, ethics, even, what's furniture doing to our feelings these days?
Deep stuff. Though I gotta admit, looking at the numbers, it's a little intimidating. 2,100 exhibitors spread across, what is it, like 169,000 square meters, people coming from 150 countries.
It's huge. And there's this energy, too. 168 brands that are brand new, never been seen before, and then 91 who are, coming back after a break.
Well, that says something right there, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Market's bouncing back strong. But yeah, with all that going on, you need someone like Sunbin to make sense of it. So today we're using his insights, his read on the situation to figure out what really matters at Salone, not just the surface stuff.
Right. So first thing that jumped out, just from talking to Sunbin, it's how furniture is, I don't know, becoming this language, not just the object itself, but what it says about us, about our culture, even our emotions.
Absolutely. Obviously, it still has to, function. A chair has to be a chair. But there's this extra layer now. Furniture as expression, as experience.
So it's not just, I need a place to sit. It's more like,
It's, what does this chair say about me? How does it make me feel? And that's where things get interesting. Sunbin gave some great examples from Salone. Not even furniture per se, but installations that really get at this idea.
like Robert Wilson's mother. Right. At the Rondinini Pietà Museum.
Exactly. It's about Michelangelo's sculpture, the Pietà. And Wilson uses light, movement, sound, all these elements to kind of, interpret it. The themes of motherhood, time passing.
Powerful stuff, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Very moving. But the point is, that's what furniture is aiming for now. That same resonance. Not just being useful, but connecting with us, deep down. Shaping the feeling of the space. And therefore, how we feel when we're in it.
Makes you think about your own home differently, huh?
It should. It's not just about picking a sofa that matches the curtains anymore. It's like, what kind of story is the sofa telling? What kind of experience do I want in this room?
Okay, and then there's that other installation Sunbin mentioned, S. Devlin in the Brera Gallery. Library of Light. Thousands of books, all about light, right?
Yeah. 2000, to be exact. Imagine it. It's literally connecting, thought and space, knowledge and design all together.
Heady stuff.
It is. But it's making the point that good design is thoughtful. It takes everything into account, the context, the emotions, how people interact with it. Not just light, but furniture, too.
So for our listeners, whether they're buying furniture or designing it or just, living with it.
They need to pay attention.
Uh-huh.
Look beyond the pretty surface. Think about the cultural message, the emotional impact, because that's what's really changing the game.
Okay, and speaking of game changers, sustainability, right? Sunbin makes it clear this isn't a trend anymore. It's the baseline.
Yeah, and it's not just talk at Salone. They're ISO 10121 certified. That's for event sustainability management, for anyone who doesn't know.
Serious stuff.
Oh, yeah. They even have a green exhibitor guide with all these steps for exhibitors, reuse, recycling, reducing waste. And ASKT, Sunbin's company, they're walking the walk, too.
Give us some examples.
Okay, so they ditched plastic packaging, went with honeycomb paper instead. They're putting serious money into sourcing sustainable materials. And this is cool. They're really into modular design. Yeah, furniture that can be reconfigured, adapted, less waste, longer lifespan. And they test everything like crazy for durability. It's not just about being green in the moment. It's about lasting.
Smart. And Sunbin mentioned something else, how Salone itself is designed, thinking about the visitors, making it ergonomic, accessible.
That's part of it, too. Sustainability isn't just about the objects. It's about the whole experience, the people, the environment, how it all comes together.
Right. And then there's light. Literally, your loose is back.
Yeah.
Integrated into Salone this year.
Yeah, it was every other year before. And they're not just showing off the latest bulbs. It's much deeper than that. Light as culture, as science, as, a powerful force in its own right.
And they've got this international lighting forum bringing together all these different perspectives.
Oh, it's amazing. You've got Marjan Van Obel. She designs with solar energy. Stefano Mancuso, he's a biologist, studies plants. And Tim Ingold, an anthropologist. all talking about light, but from totally different angles.
So what does that tell us about lighting, or I guess the future of lighting?
It's not just a technical thing. It's communication, it's emotion, it's part of the ecosystem. That's the level they're thinking on.
And for furniture, I mean, they go hand in hand, right?
Of course. Sunbin knows this. The way a room is lit changes everything. How you perceive the furniture, how you feel in the space. So, yeah, it's not just picking out a pretty lamp anymore.
You got to think about the whole picture.
Yeah.
And speaking of pictures, Sunbin talks a lot about storytelling, how furniture is being presented, not just as like a product, but as part of a story.
Yeah, it's not enough to just stick it on a showroom floor anymore. You got to create an experience, draw people in, make them feel something.
And he used the example of Paolo Sorrentino's installation, La Dolcetesa, right?
Yeah, it's this blend of furniture, music by Max Casacci, visuals. It's like stepping into a movie. And the furniture is, the star.
Pretty wild.
It is. But that's the point. You're not just seeing the furniture, you're experiencing the lifestyle it represents. The mood, the feeling, it sticks with you.
Makes you want it more.
Exactly. Then there's Pierre-Yves Rochon. He does this villa heritage thing, all about craftsmanship, timeless beauty, each piece with its own story.
Like a family heirloom, but brand new.
Kind of. It's about history, artistry, quality that lasts. People are responding to that. They want things with meaning, things that tell a story.
And Ezeski's doing this too, right? With their displays.
Oh, yeah. They have these themed rooms, Berlin balcony, Dutch cafe, things like that. So buyers can really picture it, how the furniture would fit into their lives.
It's not just an object, it's part of your story.
Exactly. And speaking of stories, we got to talk about the young blood, Salone Satellite.
Yeah, 700 designers, all under 75, from all over the world. This
Oh.
year's theme is New Craft, New World.
It's where the innovation is, where they're pushing boundaries, experimenting with materials, reinterpreting tradition. A bit chaotic, Sunbin says, but full of energy.
You can feel the future happening there.
Absolutely. These are the designers who are asking the big questions. What does furniture mean in our world? How do we make it sustainable, meaningful? They're not afraid to shake things up.
So for our listeners, let's get practical. What are the takeaways from all this? Whether they're buyers, wholesalers, e-commerce folks, designers, whoever.
Okay, so first off, Milan sets the tone. Not just for style, but for the whole industry. What happens there, it ripples outward. So for retailers, you've got to get on board with the story. Meaning, sell the experience, not just the product. People are buying into values now. Sustainability, well-being, personal identity. You got to connect the furniture to those things.
Right, make it matter. What about wholesalers? What should they be thinking about?
Logistics, for one thing. Sundin says modular systems are key, and compact SKUs makes things more efficient, less waste. And consumers like the flexibility.
And online, e-commerce, it's a whole different ballgame.
It is. But Salone is a gold mine for them. Use that storytelling,
Yeah.
high-quality photos, lifestyle shots, make it aspirational, write good descriptions, tell the story behind the piece, maybe even videos, short films, bring it to life.
And for the designers themselves, what's the message from Milan?
Experience is everything. It's not just about how the furniture looks, it's how it makes people feel. Design spaces that tell a story, that prioritize well-being. Think about the user, the context.
And ASKT's on top of all this.
Oh, yeah. They're speeding up their prototyping process so they can be more responsive to trends. They're getting all the eco-certifications, showing their commitment, and they're putting together these whole content packages for each piece. The story, the materials, where it came from, how to care for it, all ready to go for online platforms.
They're thinking ahead.
Definitely. And even beyond the fair itself, Milan is buzzing during Salone.
Right, they've got this partnership with La Scala, the opera house. Robert Wilson doing a concert where the chairs are like the main attraction.
It's blurring the lines, Furniture is art, furniture is culture. And then there's all the urban design stuff, like those famous handrails in the metro, designed by Franco Albini.
And Norman Foster, he did the bus stops, right?
Yeah. And then all over the city, showrooms open their doors. They're part of this thing called Salone. It's like the whole city becomes this design conversation.
Everyone gets involved. So to wrap it up, what's the big overarching takeaway here? From Sunbin, from Salone, from this whole shift in how we think about furniture.
It's context. It's not just about making a chair. It's about understanding where that chair fits in, who's using it, how are they living, what does it mean to them.
It's a whole different way of thinking.
It is. Salone isn't just about seeing the future. It's about making it. It's saying, hey, Design matters. It shapes our lives, our culture, our world.
So as we go about our day, picking out a new lamp or rearranging the living room.
Think about the context. What story are you telling? What kind of experience are you creating? Because that's the power of design.
Great stuff. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time.